Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. This week is Packer Week. Welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast. And what's understood ain't got to be said. It's Packer Week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into that and a whole lot more next on the Chicago Sports Podcast.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Everybody, good evening. Welcome to the Chicago Sports Podcast. I am your host, D Nice. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the significance of this week and the opponent of this week, which is the Green Bay Packers. I'm taking a business-like approach to this show because Sunday at 4:30, the Bears are going to be on a business trip. And we're going to get into how the Bears are looking to handle business versus the rival, the oldest rival in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers. I got some good people coming in here with me, and we gonna speak our piece on this game, and we're gonna share some knowledge to you guys. I want to thank you guys first and foremost for jumping up in here with us and rocking with us tonight. I'm gonna bring in my guys in here. My guy T Fields. What's up, T
Dude,
Fields? What's up, baby?
was good, man. Can't wait.
What you know good, family? How are you?
I'm doing well. How was your Thanksgiving?
All is well, man. Thanksgiving was wonderful, man. How about yours?
Football, and then that Black Friday. One of the best Black Fridays I ever had. Just spent a dime.
Hey, look here, man. Instead of Black Friday, it was Blue Friday, baby.
Yes, sir.
It was a Blue Friday. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful, blessed, and feeling Thanksgiving. I most definitely know I did, and I hope the same for you guys out there. But let's get into the business, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said in the intro, taking a strictly business-like approach. It's Packer Week. It's Packer Week, baby. And we know what happened the last time the Bears went on a business trip to Lambeau. Cairo
Yeah.
Santos. Cairo Santos brought it home for us with the 51-yard field goal, if I'm not mistaken. 24-22. All right. They gave us our fifth win of the year. But this time T Fields is different. It's different. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a lot of them tonight. You know what I'm saying? I know we got a small window, but I'm gonna ask you one starting off
All right.
because I know how I feel for me. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
ask you, how lonely was it for you at the top, baby?
Oh man, it was lovely. It was lovely, man. It was. I don't think I've ever talked so much trash since maybe 2006. Not even Club Dub days. Man. My mouth, I couldn't shut up. I could not shut up. And that was mostly just for the haters, though. So I normally don't talk trash. I just normally sit back and relax. But, they kept saying, well, wait till Pittsburgh. And then wait till the manageable. Philadelphia going to run right through you because of what they did on the ground.
Mm,
Man, it says, and now we in first place. I just saw the odds, though, and that kind of disappointed me. The Super Bowl odds, but I don't care what other people say and what other people think. We're number one in the freaking NFC above Dallas, Detroit, Green Bay, the Rams, all these teams. We're number one.
yes,
I,
indeed.
yeah, number
Yes,
one.
indeed. And I want to thank hey, we have to thank the Carolina Panthers. We will be remiss if we didn't thank the Carolina Panthers for another gift. Like Carolina has turned to the gift that keeps on giving, brother.
Facts, facts,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Shout out to the Carolina Panthers. We gonna see y'all when we see y'all, if we see y'all. But I'm gonna give a shout out to the chat. Got some people in there. Doug G. Shout out to Doug G. James is in there. James, this is your week. The FGBs is up, baby. The FGBs is up. This is your week, James. And shout out to Sex Machine. Shout out to you, brother. You got brother or sister, you got a heck of a name on you. Sex Machine 77. Shout out to you. Please like and subscribe if you ain't already. Um, yeah, man, at the top, man, it was pretty lonely, but kind of like it that way. The air was clean up there, man. I like to stay up there.
Yeah.
So
Too much snow.
what
Too much snow on the ground here.
yeah. Hey, I got the snow. I got the snow before it hit the ground. I got the snow way up there. I
Way
caught
up
it
there.
out. I caught it out the clouds.
Okay.
But
I,
we
I hear you.
listen. We up there. This game is different. This game is significant. You know the names alone in this long standing rivalry has made this thing a significant thing throughout the NFL for years. But
Yeah.
what makes it even more significant this year is that we're both fighting for the number one seed, not only in the division but in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the loser of this game could ultimately end up dropping as far as seventh in the
That's
playoff seed.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is the parity that's in the NFC, man. And for most people, that's kind of like what you want. For the football fan, that's what you want. You want to see a lot of competition week to week. So that's what we have. But the cream shall rise,
Yeah.
and we have risen in Chicago. And for the people, T Field, some people saying, this game is only significant because of the rivalry.
Mm.
And I asked why. They say because the Bears are playing with house money. Green Bay is the team that's desperate. And I tend to disagree with that. So I,
Mm.
I asked why again. I said, well, why do you feel like the Bears are playing with house money? They say, well, you've already surpassed, you're already ahead of schedule. You already surpassed the win total of last year. You're already a better team.
Mm.
And to that, I say, F that. That ain't the point.
Yeah.
That's
We're
not the
worried about.
point.
We're worried about that when the season is over. Right
How
now,
you
we're
feel
worried.
about that? How you feel about that quote right there?
I mean, I get where they're coming from, but the thing is, I'm on my Derrick Rose quote. Why not? Why can't I not? Why can't we be the MVP? Why can't we
Mm,
win? Why can't we win the Super Bowl? I mean, we're 9-3. Um, it's so much parity, like you said, in the NFC. There's not that one team like ooh that scares me. If anybody is to be scared to me, and I'm not trying to be biased, I think they should be scared of the Bears because like every week. It's not the same person that's winning these games or the same thing as winning the game. 1 minute it could be Caleb bringing them back. It could be the running game. It could be the fact that
mhm,
we lead the league in interceptions. It could be a key
mhm,
play on special teams. Cairo Santos. If he gets hurt, we bring in another kicking game, winning field goal. There's been multiple ways that this team is winning, and it's just like hey, we can't just plot to stop one. Because if you stop one, something else is going to arise. So if anything, to me, teams should be scared of them. And you know what? And this team is so to the point now. I don't want to say naive, but man, they almost get to the fact that man, we don't know how to lose.
Yeah.
We're making
It's
them
look
comfortable. We're gonna pull it out.
yeah. And listen, if that means we get a win, keep me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't create any dull moments if that means we're going to get a win. Now, right now, T Fields, bro, we at the top.
yeah,
Now we got to talk about what it's going to take for us to stay there. Okay. The Bears going to Green Bay, going to Lambeau Field, facing these Packers led by Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. Now, everybody knows how I feel about Jordan Love. But like I said in the beginning, it's different. It's
Yeah.
different this week. I am a fan of Jordan Love when he plays against every team except the Bears. All
I
right.
used to say that. But now that the Bears are in contention and we're competing with Green Bay, not only in this game, but for the record wise, I can't root for them no more.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. I respect Jordan Love for what he is.
Yeah.
He may not be an all-time great, but he's doing damn good in Packland. And
Right.
he takes a lot of criticism, but you got to pay respect. He's done a great job. You know what I'm saying? If we can get Jordan Love production out of our number one pick, I'm pretty sure everyone in Chicago will be satisfied. All right.
Mhm.
But facing Matt LaFleur, listen, it's gotten a little chippy this weekend. This is kind of this is kind of what we want. We want our guys to stand up in there, talk with their chests up. You know what I'm saying? When whatever we say, anything pertaining to Green Bay, we saying it with our chest. We want the bravado. We want all that comes with being a confident football team that's number one in their division.
Mhm.
But there's some guys out there that don't really like that, man. Some guys in Green Bay, and one guy in particular, he really didn't like that. He don't really like the way we carry ourselves with this what I would say swag.
Yeah.
With this winning swag. He don't feel like we've been there. We've been at the top long enough to carry on this way. And Michael Parsons, he don't have no real beef. He just said, the Bears need to be more respectful. And to earn the respect, they gotta beat the shit out of us. How you feel about it?
Well, Michael Parsons, I don't know, that Justin Timberlake song "Cry Me a River," but I want you to cry me a river. I want you to build a bridge. And I want you to get over it, man. Like, what have you done in your career? I mean, yeah, you have great individual numbers, but you haven't done anything as far as winning. And if correct me if I'm wrong, if this coach doesn't win this year or do something in the playoffs, he might be gone. So you have stuff to worry about
Some
the Bears. They're
rumblings.
worried about they're worried about what the Bears are doing, and football is fun, bro. And he should know
Yeah.
more than anyone. And he need to get over himself. And man, he making me lose points for him. Now I'm about to say more of a Miles Garrett fan than a Michael Parsons fan.
I heard that. I heard that. Miles Garrett, he leading them over there. I mean, not Miles Garrett, but Michael Parsons, he's leading those Packers over there with 12 and a half sacks.
Yeah.
And after I talk about this, that we off of Green Bay, we're gonna talk about what our Bears need to do to take over Lambeau Field once again. But Michael Parsons is the first player in the NFL to have at least 12 sacks in his first 5 seasons. And that's, what I'm saying, since they started recording in like 1982. So that's a good stat to have for a young player like that, young ascending player like that. But let's talk about what we need to do and what we need to continue to do to eliminate guys like Michael Parsons and that Green Bay pass rush. And what we did in Philadelphia was a masterclass.
Master.
T Fields, can we keep it rocking?
You know what? Each and every week, this coach is giving. Yeah, I'm gaining more and more confidence on the coach because that's one thing I've been screaming about. I was like, man, our running backs need to get at least 15 touches each a game. And the way that they were blocking, man, shout out to that line, man. I mean, I never thought that they would ever say that this offensive line is one of the best in the NFL when it comes to run blocking. But man,
Mhm.
they have showed me a lot. And if if they take away the pass early, but hey, let's run it back down their throats again, and that's the best thing you do against pass rushers. I mean, I think one debate that was kind of it was settled at least for this year, the draft of the Darnell Wright over Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
And boy, they were making that Jalen Carter was 5, 6, 7 yards going backwards.
backwards. Yep.
And I'm no mean that we both live in Georgia. We've seen this do quite a bit. He's a
Yes,
beast.
sir.
I've never seen him go backwards like he did this game.
Yes, sir.
So if we get
Down there right definitely state this claim.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, if we can keep this up, pass, do a smart passing. We can do some. Ooh, I hate to say this word. Several screen passes. And you know,
Mhm.
it's
um,
still,
with those screen pads, I think you know what I'm saying. We need to get a. We need to be a little bit. We need to have some diet screens out there, man. You know, we was very screen. We was kind of screen heavy to the point where it kind of looked predictable.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
They
Eagles
want to make
game,
good
but
points. Yeah.
yeah, I think we need to hold some of those back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But um, another thing that I seen versus Philadelphia that I hope we continue on because at the end of the day, they have to respect something.
Yeah.
Us running for 300 yards on one of the better defenses in the league told any opponent from this point forward they have to respect this running game. And
Mm-hmm.
and them respecting the game leads to possibility of the passing game being open, being wide open.
Especially the
Now,
play
Green Bay
action.
got some guys in the secondary that I have a lot of respect for. Evan Williams, Xavier McKinney. We know who Xavier McKinney is. He led the league in
Mm-hmm.
interceptions last year, I do believe. They got
Mm-hmm.
Kason Nixon. He's a scrappy cornerback. And like I said, Evan Williams, who was solid as a rock as a safety, very versatile, very good player. But like I said, we've given every team in the NFL, and being that the Packers are the opponent this weekend, they have to respect the run. They have to do everything in their power to
Mm-hmm.
try to stop this running attack. Now I
Yeah.
know Monungai was on the injury report. I ain't gonna look too deep into that. You know, it's a lot of guys that's on the injury report that is Packer week, and everyone knows the significance of Packer week. And I don't see a guy like Kyle Monungai, though he's a rookie, missing
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity to stick his teeth into the Packers, into
Yeah.
the cheese.
Yeah. And you know, you're right with the secondary, but like I said, you know, with the play action, you just got to out scheme, you got to out coach them, and that's a big thing. I feel like you know, going into this game, you can't just rely on the talent. You're gonna have to kind of out scheme and out coach them as well, and run the right plays at the right time. And if you do so, then you know it's another day on your job on a Sunday.
Yeah,
And I want to shout out to like Deshaun Wright, like this dude. I think did he
for
just win the Heisman?
sure, for sure.
And
Yes, sir.
one thing again, I gotta say positive about the Bears that was concerning me throughout the years is that to me is a player that's been developed.
Yeah,
You didn't go out there and get a superstar. You know, he's been developed here, and for him and Kevin Byard, who you know, and I think leads the league now in interceptions, and Deshaun Wright second, and I think tied. No, it's Tremaine Edmonds. They all like in the top five,
mm-hmm.
and you know, it's just to me, it's kudos to DA, and I think DA who correct me if I'm wrong. Is it him or is it Ben Johnson that has had success against Green Bay a lot?
It's I think I want to say it's Ben, but Matt LaFleur has gave a lot of credit to Dennis Allen for the
Hmm.
success of this team. I don't know if that's necessarily shade to Ben Johnson because we all won over here. We all won over here, Mr. LaFleur. So don't even try those Jedi mind tricks, buddy. We all
Yeah,
won over here.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if there's necessarily shade to Ben Johnson because Johnson, you know, Ben shot his shot, you know, at the press conference saying how good it's going to be to beat Green Bay twice a year. But
Hmm.
LaFleur has given Dennis Allen a ton of respect for the emergence of this football team on the defensive end, being number one and
Hmm.
creating turnovers. I think it was 26 or 29, but either one of those numbers, we are like four above. We're four over the next team.
And I know Kevin Byard and Deshaun Wright together have like 14, you know, forced turnovers together, or something to that effect,
Hmm.
which is more than like 10 to 12 teams in
Yeah,
itself. Just those two.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And
there you go.
go ahead.
But no, no, no. I was just saying. So you know, they've been creating turnovers. I still want to get a little bit more three and outs. instead of
Yeah,
teams marching down the field. But I felt like they did a fantastic job against Philadelphia. And yes, I know they got all that turmoil going over there with their offense, but they still at the end of the day got Saquon Barkley. They still got Jalen Hurts. They got Devontae Smith. They got AJ Brown. That's a lot of talent and a
bro.
really pretty good offensive line. So, I mean, you can
Listen,
miss me with that.
yeah, most definitely, bro. Because they were 8-3 just like we were.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody scored 50 on them all season.
Mm-mm.
We made the Eagles look worse than any other team has all year long.
Yeah.
And these teams out here had 11 other chances before they played us, and they couldn't do it. All right. So, man, again, like I always say to you, Fields, you hear me say this all the time. I'm not apologizing for no wins, especially when we played one of the better teams in the league when everybody said we didn't play nobody.
And you know what kills me too is that we have 7 starters from week 1 on defense missing, but no one ever brings that up. They
Nobody
always
brings
bring
it
up.
up.
They were like, well, you're playing against Mason Rudolph, who low key looks better to me than Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah,
but don't tell nobody.
yeah.
Um, or we're playing against this team, they missing the players, but yes, we're missing several players as well. So missing me with that, and I'm just happy, man. I'm enjoying this more than anything because I know we have a young, exciting team, and it's only going to get better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you should be, and as everyone that's a Bears fan in the Midwest, in the South, in the West, up north, wherever you're a Bears fan at, we all should be excited about what's going on with this football team. And I want to second what you said about Nashawn Wright. Nashawn Wright has endured um because a lot of us has shared some not so pleasant thoughts about him, you know what I mean, throughout this
Yeah.
season. But this is a guy has persevered. He's the poster boy of perseverance. He
Mm-hmm.
started out in Minnesota, right?
The practice squad at one
Started
time,
out
yeah.
practice squad in Minnesota. From there, he goes to Dallas. From Dallas, he comes here. Al Harris sings his praises, and he's thrown right into the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
And the injuries on that back half has forced him to be a starter in the starting lineup. Now physically, he has all the attributes. He has good speed. He has tremendous size. But it just shows you, man. You have to be strong. You have to have thick skin, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to have a level of grit and resolve to be successful in this NFL because every week is a different challenge, and as the days go by and the games go by, certain games are not going to go your way. He
Mm-hmm.
ended up, he jumped off the porch early, week 1, pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went dull after that. It got dark. It got a little spooky. He got a lot of criticism from me and a whole lot of other people, but he's endured, and shout out to him for becoming the defensive player of the month of November.
Yeah.
And I will assume that there may be, if he continues this throughout the rest of this year, it may be some all pro things going on. It may
Mm-hmm.
be some Pro Bowl things going on. And it might be some bad work happening, baby. It may be some bad work happening. And, shout out to him and shout out to the guys responsible for his development. The Justin Jeffersons of the world, the Al Harrises, the Bears, the
Mm-hmm.
guys that's on that back end, the Bears helping him along the way. Shout out to Dennis Allen, shout out to everybody for making sure Nashawn Wright is being the best player that he can be for this defense because this guy always finds his way around the ball.
Yeah.
He's gonna get burnt. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Everybody gets beat from time to time. And it's not going to look pretty when he get beat. But he finds a way to make up for the mistakes. He will get caught on penalties and things of that nature, but he finds a way. He always finds the football, bro,
Yeah.
in critical times, man. So shout out to him, man.
And
Shout out to
people
him.
forward, they pick on him a lot. So the fact is, like, you know what? Let's start looking another direction because this guy is finding his way around the ball, like you said. And even the touchdown with AJ Brown, I
Hmm.
actually think, I don't know if it was a misread because it looks like they both read the ball wrong initially. But AJ just extended his hands out, but that one could have been easily picked up as well. I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't because
yeah,
AJ Brown is like 6'12" and 230 pounds of muscle.
right.
But it could have. So I'm happy for him, and especially with
Yeah.
him losing his coach. When last what's the show called on Netflix?
Last chance
Uh,
you.
yeah, Last Chance You, and him losing
Yeah.
that coach, and then he getting the pick and crying. I mean, I understood all of that, bro. Like I really felt that, so I'm really happy for him. And
Yes, indeed. Again, shout out to Nushawn Wright, poster boy for perseverance, man. Shout out to you, sir. The chat, JC says, we won't only be fighting the Packers, we're gonna be fighting the refs too. Listen, it's becoming a part of the game for the Chicago Bears to have some kind of back and forth with these refs for their lack of acknowledging certain calls. We have to be better than that. You know what I'm saying? We're the underdog. People giving the Packers a 69% chance to whoop on us, man, on Sunday. So these are the things that we have to cling on to. These are the things that we have to use as motivation. This is what we have to do. Michael Parsons said it perfect. To get the respect, to gain the respect, you got to beat the hell out of them, and that's what we got to do with the Packers. Shout out to AC, what's good? Shout out to JC, AC. Shout out to Doug G. And listen, my man James. My man James is a dog. He got Mamba mentality, man. James goes so hard on these Packers, bro. He goes so hard on. Shout out to you, James. Bear down to you, brother. Bear down to everybody in chat. Bear down to everybody that's rocking with us, wherever you watching us from. We truly appreciate it. You come here to CSP to get that good Bears content. Please like and subscribe if you new up in here tonight. You're gonna love it, I promise. But yeah, man. Um, word on the street that Rome is really, really ailing with the foot injury, man. I'm
Yeah,
I'm kind of torn because in my mind, we're gonna need him for a longer stretch.
yeah.
And if we can get up out of here, if we can get up out of Green Bay and he can be available for the next time we see the Packers, I would
Hmm.
love that. But another part of me wants him to be out here thugging it out and doing what it take to help these guys get this victory.
Man, I'm so
What say
crazy.
you?
I was like, I'm so crazy. I'm like, man, I want to see what the Bears got. I mean, let them sit, take a break. We might have another gym on our hand with a receiver. I mean, I like Walker. What's the name? Jade Walker. He had a great preseason. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know if it'll translate into into the regular season, but I rather have Rome a healthy Rome than going out there giving it being a decoy. We don't have the talent just yet for him to be just go out there and be a decoy. We need
yeah,
productivity, and that probably opened up also more touches for Burton. So let him sit. We have the weapons. We still got DJ Boy. We still got Burton. We still got
hmm
Loveland, who honestly to me got the best hands on the team, and and Cole Komet. Like he made catches with his hands, where everybody else like made catches with their body. So
yeah,
I took notice of that, and I'm like, yeah, that he's the best receiver. So the tight end got to be our friend for this week. That'll be something
mm,
new again.
yeah,
So let Rome sit if need be. Now if he can play, let play by all means. But
for sure, for sure, for
but
sure, for
Rome
sure.
sit.
But you know what? I was thinking, T Fields. I think this could be a blessing in disguise, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because Caleb and even for the coordinators on the other side when it comes to the offense, this could be a less is more situation.
Yeah.
This situation instead of Caleb worrying about keeping all these different heads comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
he can just focus on the key three, in the passing game, and this can
Mm-hmm.
make him more comfortable in the pocket. He can be more decisive in the pocket,
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't have to go through all these different type of progressions. You know,
Exactly.
it could be a less is more thing. Not saying that we don't want Rome in the lineup or Rome is a liability to the lineup. Absolutely not. We're definitely not saying that. But in this particular situation where the pass rush is coming, we all know what Green Bay is, especially with the acquisition of Michael Parsons. The pass rush is coming. We got a rookie left tackle, and we have to do everything in our means to keep the quarterback clean. And the number one thing that can be done is getting that ball out quick.
Yeah.
So with Rome being out, because we know Rome is Caleb's favorite receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it like that, but truth is what the truth is. We know Rome is a favorite receiver, so he may kind of hold the ball a little longer, waiting on Rome to get open,
Mm-hmm.
compared to just coming out here, you know what I'm saying, and just feeding the needy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsors, Bridger Scoreboard, located at 121 North Griffith Boulevard. Bridger Scoreboard has the coldest brew in the land, 31 HD TVs for your sports viewing pleasure, and fine dining as well. If you're ever in Northwest Indiana, please give the good folks at Bridger Scoreboard a try. You won't be disappointed. Also, SB Sports Trading Cards, bringing back unity through the hobby of sports trading cards, bringing nostalgia to the older guys and girls who used to collect baseball cards and other memorabilia back in the day. Shout out to SB Sports Cards. It was nothing like getting a sports card or getting some signed memorabilia from your favorite player. It just brings out the this is for sports enthusiasts, young and old. And like I said, it just brings the nostalgic feeling to you. So shout out to SB Sports Trading Cards and Memorabilia. So
Yeah.
yeah, this ain't no social call, bro. Going into Lambo, man. We ain't coming to make friends. You
No.
know, we coming to disrupt things. We're coming to turn Wisconsin into Chicago.
Yeah.
We trying to paint the town blue and orange, baby.
Yep.
And
And
there's only one way to do that.
just win, baby. Like now.
I don't care if it's by a field goal, a safety, or a stop at the end. Like I said, keep me excited if that means it's gonna be a win. And if you want to win boring, feel free to.
Yeah. Because a
I'm with it
win is a
all.
win. A win
A
is a
win
win.
is a win. A
It
win
counts
is a
if it's
win.
73-0 or if it's 7-6. It's still a win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um Now the weather and this time of the year, the elements are always a thing. I'm not sure if you're gonna have any type of rain or snow or anything like that. But it's gonna be anywhere from 16 to 20 degrees, man. And where I'm from and where I'm at, that's incredibly cold, brother. That's incredibly cold.
So I told you the last time that they met at Lambeau, which was earlier this year. Actually, it was like January.
Yeah.
I was at that game, and
Hmm.
I've been blessed to have been to many football games in my lifetime. That was the second coldest game I've ever been to.
Sheesh.
I it I kid you not, I had to keep putting warmers in my gloves to
Mm.
and then I think I missed half of the third quarter because I went back into the media room and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I said, I'm not built for this anymore. And I said, all this chilliness is still ain't keeping me warm. I said, but I went out there and I promise you though, at the end of the game, when San Jose
Hmm.
he started doing whatever that dance he was doing.
Yeah.
That was the warmest day I've experienced in a game. Because it's only really cold when you lose. And the
Oh
coldest
yeah.
and the coldest game I've been to, ironically, that I've ever experienced was a Bear Green Bay game. It was Brett Favre's last home game. I mean, last game
Oh
here at Soldier Field when he threw the pick to Brian Urlacher
yeah.
and just walked
Erlacher.
off the
Yeah.
field.
Uh-huh.
Man, I bought some hot chocolate at the stands, and by the time I got back to my seat, I had ice chips in
Shit.
it. So
Yeah, that's a lot, bro.
yeah,
That's a
and
lot.
that
I
and
don't.
the weather
I
kind of
don't.
concerns me with Caleb.
Okay. I was gonna ask you. That was man. You read my mind. I guess great minds think alike. I was gonna ask you how much is that concern to you? How much of a concern is that to for our quarterback?
I think it's a big concern, especially too if it was windy, because I had a friend who went to the game in Philadelphia and he said how bad it was. It was like Soldier Field windy there,
Mm.
and you could see he clearly struggled in some of his pass. I mean, they both did. They were throwing it high, or they throwing it too long or too short, and again, so I think we might have to just dink and doink, and I'm fine with that. We know you got a great arm talent.
Heck yeah.
That that throw to Cole commit was a thing of beauty, but like you said, win and ugly. I'm cool with that. Win ugly. We don't have to. Your offense, Ben Johnson, don't have to be pretty all the time.
Yes, indeed. Hey, we got tracks in the house. Shout out to tracks. Now
Yep.
Caleb went to USC. He went to
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, but Caleb is from Washington D.C. Now, of course, DC gets cold, but it don't get Chicago cold.
Mm-mm.
But I think, man, these guys, you know what I'm saying? I think these guys can handle it pretty good, man. On the
Yeah.
Bears side, and hell, Jordan Love from California. And he plays in the frozen tundra. Aaron Rodgers from California. Didn't hurt him one bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
listen, man,
Some of the
the
best
tough
players
get
I played
going when
with.
it gets tough outside.
Some of the best players were to be that you would play with the Bears, from Walter Payton to David Hester from Miami, and I know he
Hmm.
struggled. And sweet as Jackson, Mississippi. So
Yeah.
I know there was some struggle. I think the temperature. I'm looking at the temperature now. It's supposed to be 17 degrees at 3. So, and then by the time the game ends, it'll be around 10 degrees. It doesn't really specify what the weather, I mean, the wind, 8 miles per hour, so that's not really bad. But,
Yeah.
yeah, but these cold games, last year, I mean, this is the second year, and so, it wasn't the nicest of what the last year. So,
Yeah.
hopefully, he can improve on that, on the game like he had against Philly.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine in that area. Shout out to Doug G with the super chat, 5.99 super chat. Shout out to Doug G. Doug says Green Bay week. CSP is getting us ready. Yes, indeed. We're getting everyone ready for Packer week.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, it's business. It's all business. It's all business. Doug, we thank you for that super chat. Trax asks, who has the coaching edge? Who's the better coach? Is it Ben Johnson or Matt LaFleur?
Yes, sir.
Mm, good one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ben Johnson in the long run will be the better coach, but he's still learning too as a head coach.
Yeah.
So as a coach, okay, I could say Ben Johnson as a head coach, he's still learning,
Yeah.
and like I said, I think he learns from his mistakes, and he's not. To me, I don't see an arrogance with his style of coaching. Like, I'm going to force this on you, and we're not going to adapt to what we're going against. We're not going to adjust. We'll keep playing the 40 against the Miami Dolphins type mentality, and they're picking us apart. So I see where he makes adjustments. So hopefully, like I said, to Ben Johnson. Nope, it's me now. It's my show. No, it's like so. Yeah, yeah. Be nice. You there? There you go. There you go. But yeah, this is one of the greatest oldest rivals from Vince Lombardi to George Halas, Mike Ditka, uh, Antonio Freeman, Jim McMahon, Walter Payton, Bronco Nagurski. This is a very historic game, and I'm just excited to be a part of the Chicago Sports Podcast. As D Nice makes an adjustments to his set.
Yeah, my bad, man. But
You
yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
Sorry to
Um,
interrupt you, man.
oh no, I was just going on a rant about all the history of the rivalry of some of the players
Yeah.
until you got back. Um,
Listen. Parsons has been indoctrinated into the rivalry. And listen, he's only gonna make this thing a lot sweeter. You know what I mean? Guys like
Yeah.
Xavier McKinney, he know what time it is. He was there last year, and he was the NFL. I think he was the NFL interception league last year, if I'm not mistaken. But he knows
I
what
believe
time it
so.
is. Those other guys in Green Bay understand what this week means. Records are out the window. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um, what makes it significant is the fact that we're at the top now. This is a very unusual situation for Green Bay, us, and hell for the NFL for that matter. But
Yeah, because I believe we
go-
even when we met them in the NFC Championship game, I don't even I felt like Green Bay barely made it in, if I recall. I remember they
they were
had a
wild
ton
card,
of
bro.
injuries. Yeah, they
They
were
were wild
wild card.
card. They were
Yeah.
wild card. And you know who they beat the week before? They beat the hell out the Falcons the week before to play us. You know, I was kind of because Falcons had number one seed or
Yeah.
number two seed, number two or number one. Can't really remember. But
Yeah.
I was hoping that we seen the Falcons. I had some big plan for that, but Green Bay went out there and showed out. But prediction, man, give me one before we get up out of here.
Well, if we don't let's not forget last year the Packers beat us did a block field goal 20 to
Yes.
19, and
Mm-hmm.
we beat them 24 to 22 earlier this year, which I feel even helped start the momentum. Although nobody else, necessarily agree with me on that.
Mm-hmm.
This and I don't think we were nearly as good as we are now back then. And
Mm-hmm.
the Packers to me are the same team. So that being said, 23-20.
Hey man, look here, man. Look, all things considered,
Yeah.
know it's gonna be cold out there. Know what
Mm-hmm.
the Packers bring to the table. We all know what our Bears bring to the table. But if you look at the teams that's really beat the Packers,
Mm-hmm.
they've been able to run the football consistently on them. They've been
Mm-hmm.
really winning the line of scrimmage when you face the Green Bay Packers. And I expect a lot more of the same. So I'm gonna say 27-17. Gotta get a little to Cairo. I know Cairo won't have opportunities to get a couple of kicks in the air. So that's why I gave us the 27.
Mm-hmm.
27-17, Bears over Packers. Um,
I mean, they always, and shout out to the Panthers. They beat them too. I want to say in
yeah.
16 to
And they
14.
beating the same way, controlling that line of scrimmage, man. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be very important for the Bears not to get behind by too much because that's gonna kind of kill the running game. Because we're gonna be our only Green Bay won't be our only enemy at that point. We'll be going against the clock as well if we get behind too
Mm-hmm.
much. And it also forces us to be one dimensional. We
Yeah.
cannot, we did the one dimensional thing on the ground. We control the line of scrimmage, we control time of possession. But if we get behind by too much, then that goes out the window.
Yeah. But again, one thing I can say about this team is, if they get behind, they still find a way. So you
Yeah,
can't just be like, there were some teams back, even with Lovey's there. Like, if we got behind, but there's no chance of coming back because we only thing we can do is run.
yeah. Now, people say the Bears are turnover dependent. This is one thing. The Green Bay has won 3 games in a row, and they haven't turned over the ball not one single time. That's another thing to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, man, we done said a lot tonight about what we expect from these Bears going up to Lambeau. I want to thank everybody for kicking it with us tonight. Thank you in the chat. Shout out to you guys for being supporters of CSP. Shout out to you guys for being family members of CSP. Listen, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I guarantee you'll like it here. You'll like the way we deliver this Bears content. We're on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. We on talking Bears. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you gals. Shout out to everybody. Any parting shots, T Fizz, before we get out of here.
Shout out to my boy. Hopefully he is watching or listening. Uh, Well, my daughter played Kwame. Don't kill me. Shout out to Kwame. He's actually the first one to ever give me my gig to shoot my first NFL game. It was the Falcons versus the Houston Texans. So
Right
big
on.
shout out to him. Today's his birthday, so happy birthday, bro. Happy
Happy
birthday to
birthday,
my
sir.
happy birthday to my sister Chanel and all the Bears fans that's enjoying this ride. Much love to you guys, and I'm out.
Yes, indeed. Hey, listen. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, kicking us tonight. Um, listen. Like T Phil said, for you guys along for this ride, buckle up, cause there's more to come. Peace and love to everybody. Listen, man. Take care of one another out there. I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of the night. On into the morning, on into Friday. I know Friday is everybody's favorite day. But shout out to everybody. Y'all be safe out there. Peace and love. And
Go Cowboys.
go Cowboys. It's looking like a struggle, but hey,
Well,
it still got time.
yeah, exactly.
Peace and love. Bear down, and we out.
Peace.